Okay, so how many times have you heard this phrase below? What would you do with an extra 2, 5, or 7 closed deals, blah, blah, blah. There's a good chance if you're watching this video, you've seen this before. And full transparency, before you even watch anything else, you will not be sold anything on this video. So just needed to get that out of the way first. But what you will learn is a couple different types of marketing models to look out for if you're navigating the online space. If you're a real estate agent and you're looking to grow your business, there's a good chance you are. Which one will be the best fit for you based on your current situation? And last but not least, our annual real estate agent hamster wheel. Had to put a little trademark at the end there. But yeah, I'm actually joined with somebody else. Say something.
Yeah, what's up, guys? So Aaron, that's a great intro. I mean, you guys are real estate agents, hopefully, if you're here, and you've been in the space long enough, or maybe you're new, but I'm guessing you're getting bombarded with people that can tell you all sorts of different things about helping you grow your business. Now, like Aaron was talking about, we're not really here to just shove something down your throat and just make this video a massive pitch fest and just brag about our results. But I promise you, like, you will learn something at the end of this video, especially if you stay until the end. We'll help you put together a step-by-step action plan so that you can finally start seeing success online with your real estate business. So like it says, put your wallet away and let's get into it.
Just to start this off, guys, like this video or this presentation, if you will, is not for you if you like to knock on doors, if you like to cold call, if you like going to networking events, if you like to send mailers with little to no results, and you like to waste your money on Zillow. Yeah, a little bit of a trick question, but if you thoroughly enjoy doing those things, then by all means.
Some people do. So
now, that's not us saying that these will never work, right? Of course, if you continue to do these things, you will see some results with them. But of course, this is catering to ones that know there are other ways to do it as well. And before we jump into what we said we're going to talk about, we're going to give you some insight of who we are and why you should listen to, what we have to say.
And guys, this is going to be real quick, like 30 seconds overview. So my name's Karan. I don't know if I actually mentioned that when the video started, but I've been in the digital marketing space about 3 years at this point. Moved from industry to industry a little while and finally found home in real estate. And Aaron and I partnered up about a year ago, started hitting things headstrong pretty quickly. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time going over myself. Aaron, just give a quick idea about what you do and who you are.
For sure, man. So just a really quick background, kind of the same thing, right? Like we've both been doing marketing for quite some time. I actually worked with a real estate company doing marketing, branding, advertising, graphic design, kind of the whole thing for probably about 2 years. So actually helped open one of their offices, like 300 agents. So it was definitely a pretty intense amount of work to get done to manage all the campaigns and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in ad spend. So just jumping into, you guys can definitely pause the video if you want to, just a couple different results, screenshots, campaigns that we've run for recent clients, and you can go ahead and just, again, like I said, stop it where you want to see what makes the most sense for you. But Karan, actually kick it off for us with the our trademarked annual real estate agent hamster wheel.
Yeah, so this hamster wheel, I guess you can call it that, is what we've kind of found to be the market of what a real estate agent goes through every single year. So it usually starts with a new target for the year, which is on the left in the middle. And then it goes to, setting your KPIs, your key performance indicators, which may be, number of cold calls, how many times you post on social, the amount of open houses you hold, how many doors you're going to knock on, how many mailers you can send out, etc. Right? And then you end up going into Q2, and a lot of the time you're hearing a lot of, hey, I'm not really in the market right now. Might just probably wait till next year to buy a house. And Aaron, finish off the rest of this wheel.
Yeah, so we actually go down to Q3, which is you're kind of just back to everything that we started the year with, right? Going through the cold calls, posting on social media, hoping that someone's going to reach out to you on your post of, I'm the number one real estate agent in this area, which for some reason everybody seems to say. And then, of course, you do more open houses, the door knocking, the mailers. And just to preface really quick, guys, like in here, there's going to be sprinkled in some closings, right? Actual appointments and meetings. But this is what we see just from interviews and the agents that we've talked to, that this is kind of the situation. And then Q4, right? Follow up, close some more deals. Follow up is sprinkled in here all over the place as well. We actually looked up a couple of statistics of the amount of agents that actually quit after their first year. 87% of agents quit after year one, which is kind of sad, but it's kind of like when you go through this roller coaster and this hamster wheel of doing the same things over and over and seeing lackluster results, then it's like you have like two options. You have to go and get a job, or you just do the whole thing all over again. So kind of sucks.
If anything, yeah, dude, if anything, like I wish there was a way for us to like actually start having an impact on that number and decreasing that, even if it was by 1% or 2%. I know that would mean a lot to a lot of agents out there just trying to make their way in this industry.
Mm-hmm. If we were able to change it by 1%, like out of, I think I saw a statistic like 1.3 million agents in the US, like that's a pretty significant number, just 1% of that.
Yeah. But regardless, obviously we knew there was a little bit of a better way to do this. We've been in the space for a while, not to say that we don't have competition, right? So let's go ahead and talk about that. So obviously right off the bat, number one, we've got lead vendors, such as Zillow. Then you got lead generators, you got DIY courses, and then to wrap it up, non-exclusive appointments. And we'll go into more detail about all these options and, figure out who or which one of these might be best for you.
So starting off with lead vendors. Now just going into this a little bit, guys. So lead vendors, just so you have an understanding of where this information is coming from, these are companies like Zillow, right? The Zillows, the Trulias, the Realtor.coms of the world that you can, of course, be a part of their program and they feed you leads. Now, the only thing about these leads and like where it comes from is they get the data from wherever they want, some places from like other places of the internet, but with the ones that are on Zillow or Trulia, really, there's almost no intent, right? If you've tried these before, I mean, I just know, I'm sure the same thing with you, Karan. I'm kind of curious sometimes just to go see like how much a specific property is worth or things like that, and it'll just take my information, just send it off, right? I don't have any intention of actually moving forward, but they have the information to even be on the app. So yeah, most of that time the user has no idea they're submitting their information. There's no intent there, and that information, right, the lead is usually sent and sold to multiple real estate companies, which isn't ideal for a lot of different reasons. But Karan, jump into more like the lead generation. This is where you guys will see the majority of the pitches, if you will.
Yeah, this is obviously, I feel like if you're more of a veteran in the space, and even if you're new, you might be experiencing this, but this is where a lot of agencies are right now. They're lead generation agencies, and the unfortunate truth about this, guys, is that these are some people that have never run ads before, but they're claiming to be an expert. They basically just took a $300 course, labels themselves as a real estate marketer. But the truth is they don't know anything about real estate. And the leads tend to be just super generic with no intent to actually buy or sell. There's just a name, a phone number. Like, how do you actually gauge any sort of interest just from those two metrics? And on top of that, they're usually using outdated offers. So the problem with that is that the industry is just numb to seeing that. So as lead quality is getting worse and worse, like you're not really getting the volume you're going to want to either.
And by outdated offers, we just mean things like, lists of homes, right? A list of XYZ homes in this area, right? Like that, all that does is attract people that are literally just there to look, and then like new listings and things like that. Those are just things that really don't work anymore.
Exactly. And to just like finish this off, the most important thing, guys, is that you can't take leads to the bank. You're expected to follow up with them instantly. But in our experience, we've seen that real estate agents, and this is probably you're just super busy showing homes and reaching out to people, etc. You really don't have the time to reach out to these leads every single time. And as some of you know, maybe you don't, each lead needs to be nurtured at least 5 to 6, maybe even 7 times before they actually will convert to an appointment or a closed deal. And that sometimes just isn't possible by everybody. Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's talk about the next one, Aaron, which is the DIY courses.
This is my favorite. Okay, so DIY courses. I shouldn't really have to go much into this or explain it. The question that I had for you guys is, as an agent, how many times do you recommend for sale by owner, right? When somebody tells you, hey, John, I think I'm going to go ahead and, sell my house by myself. Right? You're going to look at them like they're crazy because all the different, specifics that need to go into selling a home. It's like you don't want them to have to go through that hassle. And that's kind of the same thing how we look at it, right? So if you're going to go in and you're going to buy a course and do everything yourself and follow through it, not to mention a lot of times DIY courses are outdated. They were made, 5, 6, 7 months ago or even a year to when you created it. And just think about it. Like if you are following a course that is being sold to the masses, guess what? lots of other people probably in your same market are using the same messaging, the same pictures, the same copy, the same targeting. So it's just all around not the best thing to do. But anyway, on to the next one.
The next one that we want to talk about is non-exclusive appointments. So what this really means is that there's a few companies out there and they're going to sell appointments to you for people that might be interested in buying a home or selling a home. But the thing is, they might not really be exclusive to you. So you're paying a company, 20, 30, maybe even upwards of $100, but those appointments are being shared with other agents. I don't think I really need to explain why that isn't a good option because, you're paying money. It's not exclusive to you. And then the last point here, guys, with non-exclusive appointments, since like you're getting appointments that have been shared with other agents, you're going to end up going and talking to the buyer or the seller. But at the end of the day, their interest is in paying the least amount of commission to an agent. So you're just going to get into this massive bid war and they're going to choose the guy or girl, right? That's going to charge the least.
So if you're still watching this video, you might be asking us, Aaron, Karan, but what makes you guys different, right? We get hit up all the time on Facebook and LinkedIn. We get phone calls from everyone saying, I can do this, I can do that for you, and they all claim to be the best, right? But just jumping into a little bit about what we do differently is, guys, we know real estate, right? Like Karan's just overall freaking genius on his side of things. And, I have worked for a real estate company, right? Over 300 agents working on their marketing, branding, lots of money in ad spend, and also, being able to do it for the past year and a half. Also, when you're working with, a company like ours, right, the appointments that are generated are in-market buyers and sellers, right? So we make sure to put them through a qualification process of, okay, maybe they're not ready to move forward tomorrow, but as soon as possible. But of course, real estate in general, there is a little bit of nurture that goes into place sometimes. Also, the appointments that we generate are exclusive to you and only you, right? So if we generate an appointment, it's going directly on your calendar with your branding, your name, and they're talking directly to you, not to 5 other companies strictly to make more money. And we handle everything on our end. So you can focus on really what you do best, right? Going out to the appointments, showing homes, doing all that stuff, and then the nurture, the follow-up, the appointment setting all happens on our end. With all that being said, Karan, let's put together a plan and help these guys out.
Yeah, I'll kind of go through all the steps. In total, there's only 5, so bear with us. First, you need to just really create a qualified inbound lead system. So you have leads coming to you and, this is happening in the background. And after that, you need to create an instant follow-up or nurture sequence for your leads. Because like I mentioned earlier, if you don't have a way to at least have a 5 to 7 touch point system, then your leads are just going to be wasted and you're going to be throwing money down the drain. You want to make sure you're really optimizing your campaigns to drive down lead costs every single day, because as you may or may not know, Mark Zuckerberg, he changes the algorithm almost on an hourly basis, it seems like. So if you're not keeping track of that, you're going to get screwed over and your lead cost is going to go higher and lower. It's going to be a roller coaster. You're not going to like it. After you've got that down, then you want to make sure you're leveraging your pixel data to retarget people that didn't convert, so you're not wasting money and you can actually get them back into your funnel, if you want to call it that. Then lastly, to wrap it all up, you want to take whatever earnings you made from the deals you closed and put it back into your ads and scale things to the moon. So in a nutshell, that's what it is. And, we just put it in this nice little system that Aaron, you can kind of review it with them. It's, kind of covers what we've talked about.
Yep. So right at the beginning, of course, we're creating the predictable stream of in-market buyers and sellers. So putting out some sort of advertisement. Of course, you're putting it out there to make sure that you're only attracting people that are ready to move forward and the ones that are actually looking, right? And the ones that are actually looking to, again, buy or sell, not the ones that are just looking at some homes that they see through Facebook with no intent of buying, right? You want to put them through a pre-qualification sequence as well, going to the next one, to find the intent of the client, right? Is it someone that's actually interested that probably won't fill out information, or will they fill out, a 13, 14 question quiz, if you will, kind of like we put them through to make sure that, again, the intent is there. You guys, you should really be focusing on the appointments and serving your client, right? Taking the people that you have from the advertisement, bringing them to appointments, serving your client, helping them buy and sell. Of course, making some money. Of course, you're going to want to make some money when we have on the closings, and then hire a team if you want to, right? There's a specific point where you can get the process and get the system down to a T to where you won't be able to handle all the leads. So you can either, number one, I guess, turn off the ads, not spend as much, or you can hire on some people, start to feed the leads, take some of the commission from that, and you go through the whole system again. So Guys, if you feel confused or overwhelmed during any of these different parts of this process, don't worry. It's only normal. We wanted to go ahead and extend an opportunity to jump on a call with us.
Yeah, and like honestly, guys, we're not gonna just come in here and hard sell you. There's a lot of people out there that do that, and you probably have a bitter taste in your mouth from speaking with some of these guys, and maybe even working with them and not really seeing any return. Really, all we want to do is just see where you're at with things, get you some more clarity on what you need to do to see some success. Maybe even do an audit on what you've got going on. And honestly, like in full transparency, if I do think, or either of one of us whoever jumps on the call with you, we do think there's some way to help you out. We'll let you know what it looks like. But other than that, you'll leave with some sort of action plan, a blueprint, whatever you want to call it, so that you can start going from wherever you're at right now to where you want to be.
All right, guys. So if that sounds good to you, right, getting a action plan, something that you can move forward with if you decide to do it yourself, go ahead and click right below this video. There'll be a button to book a call. It'll be with myself or Karan. And again, we'll just be able to give you the clarity that you need in order to, scale your real estate business to the moon. If you have any questions, just let us know and we'll talk soon.